I got a bone to pick with you.
Uh-oh.
I got a big bone to pick with you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Buddy, buckle up.
We had our good pals, newly good pals in here recently, Nickelback. And we asked them, what's the etymology of the hate?
I know.
You know it's in Tough Crowd?
Yeah. Oh, yeah? No, I heard about it. I didn't hear about it at the time. I heard about it years later.
Years later, yeah.
It wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you.
That is true. It's not your fault. It's your
not my
fault by
fault.
proxy.
You gave them a platform, Colin.
Yeah, you platformed the hate.
I didn't even know.
You were spreading hate. Cancel Colin.
I had never heard a Nickelback song. Remember, I'm old. I didn't know Nickelback song at the time when he said Nickelback, but it did become a thing. And here's how I know it was a thing, because, well, you guys will tell me what they said, but a couple of years later, I was doing these colleges with these young comedians. And about 3 different times, I noticed different comedians in front of the college crowd made a Nickelback joke.
Yeah.
I was like, that's bad for these guys.
Yeah, but well, that's not good for these guys. If you're Nickelback, you don't like that. It is. At the end of the day, they sold like 100 million records, so I don't
Since
think it
then?
really. Yeah, they are massively popular.
Fine. Yeah.
So I think it's one of those things. I don't know if I had the balls to say it to them when they were in here, because I think I think it's one of those, like, I think this is actually a good thing, and I think they would tell you, like, no, it's fucking not. It sucked getting.
We've had so many, like we said about comments.
Right.
We had to put up with bullshit.
Right. I do think that it kept their name, like, they
Out
were
there.
always
That matters.
and I think they were able to. They actually now embraced it, and they kind of make fun of it with people, and so now they love it. But I'm sure there was a time from like 2002 to 2010 that they were like, "Fuck!"
Yeah, they were like, it sucked every interview, being like, "So the world hates you, huh?"
Yeah.
You're like, "Yeah, I guess so."
And I guess the problem, the joke was on the commercial. That was the problem.
Yes.
Because the show, like, it would have been whatever, but it was running Comedy Central every second.
I think they said
of
like
the
7
day.
months, like just like.
Because I didn't even realize that until this year.
Yeah.
Really? I was like, wow, that comment really had an effect.
Yeah, no,
I didn't
it
realize.
was a commercial.
Yeah.
So, like,
It was the fucking
I mean,
commercial.
and you got to think early 2000s is when Comedy Central's cooking, right? So
Yes.
people are tuning in for you and
Chappelle's
Chappelle
on.
and the stand-up, and you see the commercials.
Oh my
South
God,
Park,
you're right.
And it's just that commercial after you're watching Chappelle, and South Park, and every single commercial break is a Nickelback joke about how people want to kill Nickelback.
Oh my God.
That is.
I swear, I would have tried. I would have probably tried to help them take it down.
Really?
In the
not
moment
that
if they said something?
I don't know if I would have had the power, but if somebody
yeah.
had told me, I probably would have said, "Yeah, leave him alone, man." Because you know what I mean? Because it's a band. You know, you
It's
just
also
wanna
it's such a, like, whatever joke, you know. It's not like the greatest
but
joke
it
you've ever
really
heard,
did.
but it really
but
resonated.
people are always looking for a band to embody what they want to attack.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean? So in the old days, people would be like, "Hey, these new kids on the block," but that was a different vibe.
Sure, yeah,
New kids on the block,
yeah.
almost they would expect it. They were for little kids. But Nickelback, yeah, I'm sure they were like before that. Creed, remember that
Creed.
guy?
I was gonna, and they are, I believe, 1 and 2 in albums sold in like the 2000s. So it's like,
Even in the past 15 years.
I don't know about now, but like from 2000
that's
to
what I'm saying,
2010.
but I
So
wonder-
it's like, yeah, if it keeps up, it's sometimes that no such thing as bad publicity is true, but it also probably just sucks for you as a person. It's
Of course
I'd rather
it
have my
sucks.
publicity be good.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like we're talking about with the oh my God, they must have got destroyed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even though it's really, I had nothing to do with it, they probably want to stab me.
I'm sure. I'm
There's
sure
no
they
way they
hate
don't.
your
They probably
fucking
hate me more than the
guts.
guy that said it.
Yeah, no, because there's no way they remember. It was Brian Fo. I don't know how to say his name.
Right.
They know it was Colin Quinn. They know.
Yeah, that's
you know,
all. Yeah.
They probably have fucking $2,000
Oh
at
yeah.
home.
Every concert, they're like, by the way, everybody, there's a
Colin
piece
Quinn.
of shit that recently came out as a pro-Nazi. Colin Quinn. The crowd's like, what? Really? They don't know why they hate me. They're just like,
We got to get you guys in a room together. I mean, they were very cool guys, and they are
I'm sure.
massively
I feel
successful
terrible.
still. And they play along with it now, and they get like they're in on the joke, but. I think they would have a good time. Like, they would rib you for sure.
Oh, I doubt it.
Yeah.
it sounds like one of those ideas that you think of and you're like, that's a good idea. Then
And then it
halfway through,
crashes and burns
why the fuck
miserably.
did we do this?
What's the worst idea you've ever been a part of?
Me?
Yeah. Like something stupid like that. Some producers are like, we're going to get this guy and this guy, we're going to do this special or whatever it is, and then it happens and it was like the worst thing ever.
Well, I'll have to think about that, but David Spade had a joke once about when they were doing Blues Brothers 2000, and he was doing that Hollywood Minute thing on SNL. And there was Blues Brothers 2000. Remember?
Yeah.
They were at the Super Bowl. And he goes, that's not something you do. That's something you get high and talk about doing.
Yes. Yes. Don't execute those things. Just laugh at them in the moment and fuck, leave them there.
You should open a bar, dude. Like that kind of thing.
Exactly that, man. That's hilarious. I noticed they refer to small talk as a stage show.
Yeah.
What is that? Just a fancy way to say a comedy?
Yeah,
comedy
but
special?
in some ways it is.
Is
but
there-
in some ways, comedy, it does. Even though I hate to say this because I work it out at comedy clubs, so I'm like, hey, if it works at comedy clubs, there's really no distinction. The distinction only is that at comedy clubs, people expect a lot more sex talk. I feel.
Oh, interesting.
That's how I feel about comedy clubs. They expect more
Really?
sex because for whatever reason we're programmed or whatever to say I want to come out and I want to hear a little sex talk.
Yeah. And you're just not doing sex talk.
I'm Irish, guys. If anybody should understand, you guys should.
We don't do sex.
Yeah. I mean, aren't you from like the North Bronx? Didn't you go to Fordham in North Bronx? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's really, it's so funny because I talk about, obviously as a comedian, you talk about sex in your act. When I talk about sex, I would say 80% of the shit I talk about, the crowd's just like,
You?
don't talk about that.
Really?
I'm like, you just heard people talk about eating ass for 20 minutes. This one's talking about jerking off and his sister. And I bring up some mild thing and they're like, whoa.
Hey, buddy, relax.
Because when
Is
you talk
that
about-
true, or you think that's in
No,
your own
no,
insecurity?
no.
There's a real reaction
I
like
want
that?
the sex shit to work. It's you have a guarantee, and not all of it. No, some of it works, but as a general rule, I better hit and move along with that sex. Wow. And I don't know
That
if it's
is
them
funny.
or if it's
It's
in my
literally all
Irish.
we talk about.
It's the somehow in the Irish shame DNA.
Yeah.
Where you're like, I should not be doing this. This
Jesus is
fucking
watching.
ridiculous. Well, it's almost like you're like it's like your mother's going, "What the hell are you talking about that shit?" for?
Yeah.
5 years old. You know what I mean? It's not like it's so ingrained.